Alright, this morning I am installing a fresh built unit in one of my own personal cars. So here's some install tips for you. Once you get the transmission bolted up to the bell housing, get all 6 bolts in there and fight with that bastard dipstick tube, you want to make sure your torque converter is free. This one is. And then you want to pull it up to the flex plate. You want to make sure you have at least 1/4 inch, maybe a little more. That being because you want to have proper engagement in the pump. Too little engagement will snap the ears off the rotor. Too much engagement will ruin the pump. Okay, usually when I'm going up, I put the transcooler lines in when it's a little lower so they're easy to start. I hook the TV cable up. You can see I've already got the dipstick bolt in, which is a pain in the butt. I like to put a vacuum line on the puke tube so I know if it's puking fluid out the vent. That way I can determine if it's another leak or not. And you know, now I'm going to bolt the converter up. And if I didn't check the converter and make sure everything was right, nice and free, I put the whole rest of the car back together, I'd be wasting my time. And we all know time is money. So first thing I was ever taught when I started working on cars professionally in the transmission shop was to verify your converter is free as soon as the transmission is bolted to the bell housing. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is one of my personal cars. This is one of my units. It's a dual fed billet unit with everything I know how to do. A couple experimental things in there. Yep, no build video. Sorry guys. And it's going in my car, and I'm gonna drive it around for a while before I build the other car, and then I'm gonna really beat on it. But this thing here doesn't leak a lot of oil. That's a weird thing. A turbo Buick that's pretty dry. Something's going on here. That's probably about to change.